Welcome back, Kishi's Days and Castaways, to another edition of Lord Licorice's Lounge. Today I find myself in a different location. You will all find out where exactly later in this update, but let's just say I have a new summer palace. To begin this update, we have Candy Connoisseur results. So as a refresher from last time, Castaways were tasked with coming up with a new form of candy currency. All that was required was a visual representation and recipe for that candy. But because it's the season's Castaways, they went above and beyond with that. This was a reward challenge and they still went crazy, which they really did not need to do. Moose Tracks made a video advertisement and the Big Chewy Nerds actually made candy. When we said make candy, we didn't mean literally, and they decided no, we did mean literally. I'm gonna be so real, those condiment hard candies, not my cup of tea, personally, but listen, to each their own. It was a very close call, but in the end, the Big Chewy Nerds won. And the reward for this challenge was an extra 2 minutes for any of the castaways on their team on the next challenge. So the next challenge was Spot the Difference. So a similar challenge was run in season 5 where castaways had to spot the differences between two pictures in a certain amount of time, which was 8 minutes. The season 5, it was between the hosts. This season, however, to stay on the candy theme, it was just a bunch of candy assortments. Aurora was feeling a bit more sick during this challenge, so she got the extra 2 minutes for the challenge, which ended up working nice for her because she was sick. And Big Chewy Nerds ended up winning. So because Big Chewy Nerds ended up winning, we went to our 4th tribal. Not as much drama as Fiona's vote. This one was a little bit easier for the castaways. Katie didn't submit for Spot the Difference and hadn't spoken to her tribe in a bit, so she was easy for them to pick to get voted off. She also didn't vote, which resulted in a random vote from Moose. However, there was a vote for Shay from Jacob, as she had been performing the lowest in challenges and her differences weren't specific enough to count for the challenge. I was there when I actually told Katie she got voted out because she straight up didn't know, because she hadn't been paying any attention. Not paying no attention, but she just got busy, as most theater kids often do. And now is when Lord Licorice truly shines. Tribe Swap. I got to run Tribe Swap with Sean. It was a lot of fun. I got to feel important. So our spectators got to vote on who they thought the leader of this tribe was. And that turned out to be Moose for the Moose Tracks and Noah for the Big Chewy Nerds. Big surprise there. Moose being the leader of the team that's name is Moose, and Noah being Noah. They ended up becoming the 2 new leaders of the swapped tribes. They ended up drafting new tribes, which later became Soup, which is Noah's team, or how we like to refer to it as a Sew Up, and Cream Crushers. Very interesting names. One of them is kind of candy themed, the other one is just, they're Sew Up because positivity and stuff. Yay. Sew Up, Soup. Yep. Why did they have to pick Cream of all names? Cream is not a name. No. That's a choice. Tribe Swap ended up happening only an hour before the Castaways' next in-person challenge. And guess who ran that? That's right, it was me again. I ran the second in-person challenge. So, the second in-person challenge was Duck Debate with Lord Licorice. So the tribes were officially put into their teams. I got to announce the different tribes. It was a lot of fun. Noah chose all of the redheads. Moose did not choose any redheads. So, for Duck Debate, there were 3 questions, one of which was the tiebreaker. So the first question I got to ask the castaways was, should Lord Licorice build his summer home in Gloppy's Molasses Swamp or in Plumpy's Gumdrop Forest? Now, onto the where am I? I'm currently in my summer home in Plumpy's Gumdrop Forest. It's lovely, you know, the weather here is darling. My new pet, which is the next question, is off somewhere. I'm having my minion go search for him. That's why my little Twizzler man isn't here. Sew Up, Soup ended up winning that one, which is why my new house is in Gumdrop Forest. So the second question I asked was, what pet should I have that's like Denison themed? I'm in need of a new familiar. My other one's lovely. I needed one for specific like aesthetic I'm trying to go for. So I haven't picked between a buzzard or a deer. And, you know, we all love Buzzy. So Buzzy ended up the winner. Cream Crushers ended up winning that one, which caused there to be a tiebreaker. And the tiebreaker question, much to King Candy's chagrin, was, will King Candy be overthrown? And according to Tribe A, who won, yes, he will. King Candy didn't appreciate that. I think I'm in trouble with my boss, but it's fine. My bad. Just don't tell him. Wasn't my idea. You guys, it wasn't me. The tribes got swapped, and the tiebreaker ended up, it was a 1 point difference. That's how close of a race it was. It was crazy. But a fun thing about my challenge was there was another twist, which was 2 of the castaways couldn't talk. No talking. I take away your rights to talk. No talking.
I already don't talk.
So it ended up being Lindsay and Tom who were not allowed to talk, but both of them used the power of mimery and interpretive body movements to convey what they wanted to convey. So because this was a reward challenge, Tribe A, Soup, ended up winning Licorice Ropes, which allows them to communicate a 25-character message to somebody from the other tribe. Currently, only Kavi has used it on Shay. We haven't heard anybody else use it, which is kind of annoying. Castaways, I give you a reward and you don't use it. What the fuck?
But Lord Licorice, when does it expire?
It expires before merge. Thank you, voice of minion somewhere. I can't find you. As if Tribe Swap and Duck Duck to Date being on the same day wasn't enough, the next challenge dropped. Scavenger hunt. So, in typical Survivor fashion, castaways are now on a mission to find as much hosts, production, wildlife, denizen people, denizen places, and other miscellaneous things. It's very much a Survivor team bonding classic, and King Candy is trying to make you all friends, so you all better be friends. Because I have no friends. I'm alone. My big summer mansion. We'll see you next time for another weekly update with Lord Licorice and his buddy.